Okay, this is the question. For this example, I have taken a spring. The spring is fixed to a point on ground and kept vertically erect. It compresses by a distance simple a when a particle is kept on top. Show that this particle will remain on the spring for a time. This is the expression when it is dropped from a height h. So here also we have to calculate a time. So before calculating that time, we have to draw the diagram and show the particle is performing a simple harmonic motion. We have to obtain the characteristic equation of the simple harmonic motion. From that we can find angular velocity omega squared and center of the simple harmonic motion. So let's consider we have a spring like this in its natural length. When they keep this mass in, the spring will compress because of the weight. It will compress by a distance a. Compressed distance is a. Then this is the weight of the particle. Opposing that weight, there is tension on the spring. Tension of the spring is equivalent to spring constant into extension from Hooke's law. T equal kx, spring constant into extension. Here we have a compression. For springs we have to use compression. If it is pressing down, sometimes springs can be given as extending downwards. In this case it is a compression. Now this particle is in equilibrium on this spring. Therefore we can apply equilibrium. Upward forces equal downward forces. Tension is equivalent to the weight mg. Therefore I can substitute mg for T. Spring constant is unknown. Compression is A. Mass of the particle and spin constant both were not given in this particular question. Therefore M and K are symbols used by me. Therefore I will subject those two like this. K divided by M is equivalent to G over A, without subjecting one term because they haven't asked anything other than the time. Therefore I can subject anything I want. But K and M both were introduced by me for the question. Therefore I subjected that ratio. K divided by M is G divided by A. K divided by M ratio can be replaced by G over A if there is a place that I can substitute. Okay. Now this particle is dropped onto this platform of the spring from a height simple h. This particle is dropped onto the spring from a height h. That is the second part. From this initial section we calculated the fraction ratio K over M. Now there is the particle M above the spring. Height is h. let's mark this point as O and this as E. Then it will fall to this platform with a certain velocity. Let's take that velocity V. Now we can apply motion equations from O to E to find that velocity. I can apply V square equal U square plus 2AS downwards. Since there is no initial velocity, I'm not going to write U square. That is 0. And this is 2gh. Velocity is square root 2gh. Velocity of the particle at E. Now I can draw the resulting motion like this. I will draw a separate diagram. This is the initial spring. This is point A, which is having a velocity square root 2gh. So this is the general point after particle is compressing the spring. Then you can see the spring is opposing this compression. It is lifting the particle up, giving a tension. And this is having, the particle is having a weight downwards. From E, the compression in this case is labeled as X. Compression from A to this general point. Now I can apply F equals ma downwards for particle. Mg minus tension equals mx double dot mg minus, what is the tension? Tension is K into extension. Kx extension, in this case compression, which is x. Mx double dot. Now I can divide all the terms by m to remove m here. And here we have g minus k over m into x equal x double dot. What is this k over m? That is what we have calculated in initial stage. K over m ratio is g over a. Now I can substitute g over a, replacing k over m. Now when I subject x double dot and take minus g over a common factor out, I have my characteristic. So this is the characteristic equation of a simple harmonic motion. Omega square is g over a. Center of simple harmonic motion x is a. That means compression x. When it reaches simple A, below capital A point, it will reach the center C. Then let's consider this as the amplitude point, extreme point. We can't take this. This is the base where the spring is connected to the ground, so it won't move that much. Now I have to consider velocity equation. V square equal omega square into a square minus x square. We can apply that at A, because at A the velocity is given. What is the velocity? Square root 2gh. When we take the square, root get cancelled. Omega square is g over a from our characteristic equation. Amplitude unknown. Then the distance to point A from center of simple harmonic motion. Where is the center? C, which is a distance below capital A. simple A distance below capital A, that means the separation is simple A. G get cancelled. When I multiply, I have 2AH. Now we can't simplify this further. They are not like terms. Now stop simplifying this and leave some space. Can you remember? We discussed one example where we didn't simplify this one further, and after drawing the arc which we used to find the angle, by applying Pythagoras relationship, I can find one side of that right angle triangle as 2AH or 2AH square root. You can't remember, don't think of that, leave some space. Now I'm going to construct my arc. Extreme point is D. This is the arc. From center to D, we have the amplitude, which is capital A. Amplitude. Next step is to join starting point of simple harmonic motion with horizontal in order to find this point. Then I have to complete the sector. Join the center of the simple harmonic motion with this point. Now this is the sector. That sector represents the simple harmonic motion, and this angle is the angle covered by simple harmonic motion. Now look at the expression, time expression that we should find. There we have I plus 2 times tan inverse. There is also a constant given in front of tan. That means after a certain simplification, they have multiplied these two values by 2. Then only we can get a coefficient like 2 in front of our tan inverse. Otherwise, we should have pi plus tan inverse or pi by 2 plus tan inverse, pi minus tan inverse, that kind of relationship, that kind of an expression. Here we have 2, that means after a certain simplification, we have to multiply both these terms by 2. That means when we multiply this radian value by 2, there was 2 in the denominator, they got cancelled. There must be a 2 in denominator. Then this tan inverse thing multiplied by 2. Therefore, the hidden part in this relationship must be pi minus pi by 2 plus tan inverse. This is the hidden part. After that multiplication only, they have taken this answer. So those kind of things you should know in these simplifications. Okay, so we have to take 90 plus theta. That means I have to mark my theta somewhere here. Then only I can mark this entire angle as 90 plus theta. If I can mark theta here, alternate angles, this is also theta. This is theta. Then what is tan theta? Tan theta is opposite divided by adjacent. Opposite side is A. Adjacent side is from here to here. Adjacent side. Now from this, can you find this adjacent side? This is the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. This is the hypotenuse. This is A. Then what is this side from Pythagoras relation? What is this? Hypotenuse square minus a square square root. This is hypotenuse square minus a square square root. Hypotenuse is my amplitude. These two are equal. So amplitude square minus a square square root will give you this side length. Therefore, this side length is square root of this. So no need to subject capital A in this simplification because we want only this side length. That side length can be obtained from this relationship. Simplifying up to this step is more than enough. Amplitude square minus a square is the square of this side. So side length of this is square root of 2ah. Okay. Then tan theta in my diagram is opposite a divided by adjacent. What is that? 2ah square root. AA we can cancel and write the relationship like this. Square root a get cancelled with 1 square root of this a term. This a term can be written as root a into root a. 1 root a get cancelled with this root a. Then we are left with root a on top. Then root a over root 2 into root h can be written like this with a common square root. Then what is the time to move from D to A or A to D, because that is the simple harmonic motion path. A to D or D to A. Angle covered. What is the angle? 90 plus theta over omega. Once again 90 plus what is theta? Tan inverse A over 2h square root over omega can be written as 1 over omega. So 1 over omega is, my omega is g over a square root. This is omega square, therefore omega is square root g over a. What is 1 over omega? That is the reciprocal of this, which is a over g root pi by 2 plus tan inverse a over 2h square root. This is not the final answer. This is the time taken by the particle to move from A to D. Okay. They are asking the time, show that this particle will remain on the spring. So what will happen to this particle in its motion from O to A? It is not on the spring. It is in atmosphere. After that, reaching A, it will compress and perform a simple harmonic motion like this from A to D and D to A, performing a simple harmonic motion. Then after A, it is moving up with a certain velocity and it will move away from the spring with that velocity, because this is the topmost level the spring can extend. After that, it will not move up, but the particle will. Particle is having a certain velocity, therefore it can escape this platform of the spring and move away. Therefore, the time the particle is resting on this platform is where the spring compresses from A to D and D to A. After that, it will move up and again fall back, and due to that compression, This will perform a simple harmonic motion like this. Again move up, come back. That is the simple harmonic motion here we have. Therefore, what is the time? That is, time we want to show is A to D twice. A to D, D to A, that is TAD twice. That means 2 times this answer. 2 times this answer. Now we can multiply the 2 terms inside our bracket. Now we can multiply the 2 terms inside our bracket by 2 because here we don't have 2. Then it is just A over G square root. Multiply this by 2. We have I plus 2 times tan inverse A over 2H. Can you remember? I told you this 2 is after this kind of a multiplication. Here we are. When we multiply this 2 get cancelled, then we get a coefficient 2 in front of tan inverse term. This is the answer.